Yes, Lord. Run it back. Got it?
This is part 2. I know, right?
So lit.
Aaron Cole was up there.
What?
Wow.
That's stunning, bro.
That's dope.
That's stunning. That is stunning good.
1K Few performed. He is hilarious.
Not you perform
At the pre-show. So I think I told you
at
this.
the
I
radio.
said
The pre-show was the radio pre-show, right?
it incorporates radio awards, but it's also the lesser category awards. So Quartet of the Year, Children Artists of the Year.
It was on and now it's frozen on me and you. I don't even see her.
Is the area good?
That's what I'm saying. We're frozen on each other.
Yes, Mom, it's working.
It's fun. It's just us. We got the 3 cameras.
And my phone not working. I'm like, calling it.
I feel like in that area.
Fix it later.
Because if they're calling nobody, I'm calling.
Okay, Mom. Mom, I gotta go. I'll call you on Daddy phone later.
It's the Reverb Live Show, playing the hottest and richest hip-hop.
You know what it is, Royce Levitt. You're listening to the DJ Rain and the Reverb Live Show, alright? What's going on? It's Marty, the Fermi, the West Social Club, and you're tuned in to the Reverb Live Show.
What up? Tell people to come on and listen. Yeah, be here. Spit this gum out.
Wow, what's good? It's your boy V1, and right now you're listening to the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain. You feel me? Yes, y'all, it's your boy Aaron Cole, and you're listening to the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
Everybody, this you man Red Hat, and you're listening to my man DJ Rain back here on the Reverb Live.
All right, y'all, get your check-ins ready. Miss Monique, the voice. What up, girl? I'm gonna just give you your own personal shout. Miss Monique, what up? Welcome to the show. Welcome, yo. It's been a minute, man. Pastor Quincy Griffin, yo.
Pastor.
Hats off to the School for Shoes. I heard that was like the best ran Shoes for School event ever. Shit to be encouraged. What it do?
People.
Shoes and pants.
Yeah.
It's not even there anymore.
Fall 04, spring 05. None of them dorms are there no more than we stay.
Not even McGuinn, Young and Down.
They gone, baby.
How they start the show? Reverb Live. Hey, fella, this is DJ Rain. You're tuned into the Reverb Live Show, the syndicated talk show playing the best in Christian hip hop and urban gospel music. We also give the latest in news, interviews, laughter, and much more. Hey, I want to thank you for tuning into the show right here, right now, on this station, or checking out our podcast. But yo, you got to check out the live show. The live show airs every Tuesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ReverbLiveShow.com. During the live show, you can post your comments and we will read them live on the air, making you part of the live podcast. That's right. It's easy to do so. Just check in with us on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live. Is there Instagram Live? Yeah, Instagram Live. And Twitch TV. Checking out with us on any one of those platforms, post a comment and we will shout you out. There are already people checking in and posting their comments right now. I'll shout you out in just a little bit. But first, let's check in with the entire Reverb Live crew. Let's go throw around the horn and see what's going on with the crew this episode. Professor Trey, say what's up?
What's good, DJ Rain? What's good, Reverb Live family? So Rain, I mean, is there Instagram Live? I mean, we're currently on Instagram Live.
I'm so old school,
looking at
bro.
the fans
I don't know if they call it IG.
The live.
IG stream.
Oh, that's what froze you up.
I don't
That's
know.
what froze you
I
up.
don't know.
Okay, I'll let you slide.
Old school.
We'll let you slide. Man, I realized that there is one particular social media that I really like. I really like this part of this social media, and that is for a platform, and that is YouTube. Now, YouTube, you can hit us up because we will take any type of, advertisement coins that you would give us for me saying this. But I like this platform because can't nobody tell if you are online or not. If I'm on Instagram, if I'm on Facebook, everybody can see that Tracy's online.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's right.
You're on Instagram, you're online. They can see you. They can text you. They can call you real quick. If you're on Facebook, they can see you. If you've been ignoring texts for 2 weeks, a whole month, and they see you on Instagram, they can call you, text you right then. Like, I know you on Instagram. I know you saw it. That means you're on your phone. It's right in front of you. But YouTube, you ain't got to worry about that. You can watch video after video, reel after reel, and nobody knows nothing. It's just incognito. And so I just wanted to just say, I just appreciate that. I appreciate not being stopped.
Actually, I appreciate YouTube for having so much wealth of knowledge. I can get a degree on YouTube University.
True.
I've learned how to do so. I fixed the fridge, a water heater, installed software on my computer, reset some things on my computer, fixed my AC from YouTube University. I've learned so much stuff from YouTube University. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Love the content.
And guess what? Nobody got to know what you're doing. Nobody got to know be in your business. Nothing.
Nobody knows what videos I was watching.
I love it.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's dope. Also checking into the show, our good friend, our sister. Hey, Miss Monique.
Hey, girl.
The voice.
Hey.
Hey, girl. How you doing?
Hello, Reverb family. What's good?
Hey, good to see you back. Good to have you back, girl. Miss Women in Radio. How are you?
It's a blessing to be in the building. Just call me been around the world and I, Miss Monique.
Wait a minute. Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Man, July was a busy month for me. Very busy.
Busy.
Did a lot of traveling.
Uh-oh.
So much
Well,
traveling.
Hold on. You didn't take me. You didn't even ask me if I wanted to go.
I did actually.
We
Did you
did?
forget?
Oh,
You declined.
She did.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was something else. That was something else.
I did.
I want to go to other parts of the world.
No, it's all good. I did so much traveling that when I got back, I got a little message on my Android phone.
Don't do it.
From
Don't let them use you.
From
Don't
Google
let 'em
Maps.
use me too.
And it said, your July timeline travels. I'd never seen this before. It said 5,712 miles of flying
Whoa, it does
in
that?
July. I didn't know. That was my first time seeing that. It blew my mind.
That's different.
Wow. I didn't think it knows when you. I guess if
Does iPhone do that?
Well, I know
Oh, no.
iPhone tells you what pictures you have. You know, like, hey, look at these pictures. You know, take a trip down memory lane.
Google does that
They do?
too. Yeah.
But they
I
got
love
it from
I love
iPhone.
that. That's true.
They got it from
I
iPhone.
don't know who did it first, but I like who. I didn't. So I'm in my engineering mind. I'm thinking, well, you can kind of tell the velocity you're going by the position of the satellite. So maybe if it's overshoot velocity, they know that you're going by plane. I don't know.
Well, I think it's I booked the trips and then it went into my Google Calendar or something like that, and then Google Calendar linked to like Google Maps, so it had when I was landing and taking off and all that. It was
Probably
a whole
knows what all the
orchestration.
airports that you went to.
Yeah, then it said you've been to 5 airports in July, and I was like,
Wow.
oh, okay.
Wow. Did you eat on your flights? Did you get food from the flights or?
First of all, I don't know what's going on with flights, but we paying all this money and they trying us with pretzels. Y'all gotta stop. Stop that.
A little
I
bag
say.
of pretzels. It got like
The
4 pretzels in
small
there.
bag.
It got like 4 pretzels in there.
What am I, baby?
And then they want to put ice in a cup and then pour the
Child.
soda in the
Ooh,
cup. Give me the
child.
whole can. Just make sure it's cold.
Man, pressure.
I was on this one airline. You have to pay to have your seat reclined.
I know. I think I know what you're like.
never hear
Your
about
seat
that.
just
What?
stays straight. If you want your seat to
Wow.
recline, you have to pay for a more comfortable
That's so
seat
messed
package.
up. Would they put their mamas inside of that? No. Why would you put your customers in that? That's messed up.
So what? 5,000 miles that you traveled?
5,712
Where'd you go?
miles.
Run it down real quick.
Atlanta first,
Okay.
followed by Trinidad,
Okay. We're back
followed
home.
by, kinda, yeah. I was supposed to go to Tobago, but that trip got postponed.
Okay.
Then I ended up going to Barbados.
Ooh. Did you get some fish and chips? Because I love fish and chips.
I did get fit. Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Fish Barbados.
Tracy.
Ooh, yes.
Bless God.
Uh-huh.
And then I came back here and Google told me I had flown all these miles.
Wow, 5,000. There you go. In the books. All right, people. So my check-in has been crazy. For those that follow the Reverb Live Show, our true Reverb fans and our families, I'm going to shout y'all out in just a little bit when we come back from the break. we went on a trip. We went on our family vacation. We took all the kids, all 3 of them. We flew to Buffalo.
Wait, how did Raya do?
She's great. She slept.
Her first flight.
She
really?
slept.
Babies do well.
Slept like a queen. Got to Buffalo, saw Niagara Falls, had a great tour. And we drove over to Canada, to Toronto, Canada. That's where my family's from, in Oakville, Canada. Drove there, had a big family cookout. Great to see everybody again. The time spent there was so short. But while we were there, my sister gave us a great tour. She became YouTube famous.
My friend, that's my homie right there.
You saw her?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
She
when
always
I went
asks
there,
about you. So how's Miss Tracy?
Yeah, I mean, we went everywhere, ate everywhere.
She is great for giving you a tour of the city.
Oh yeah.
She knows all the ins and outs. While we were there, we noticed a little difference in O'Neill's behavior. At nighttime, he was wetting the bed. I was like, yo, you don't do this, man. Tighten up. Don't do this again. He always had to go to the bathroom a lot. I'm like, why do you keep having to go to the bathroom?
And O'Neill is
your
your oldest
time.
son.
And O'Neill's our oldest son, so he's well good in potty training. 6 years old now. And so one of the mothers suggested, I think my mom suggested, hey, why don't you just get him checked out? Ask the pediatrician what's going on. Some people are like, oh, it's just a phase. He'll grow out of it. But my wife called the pediatrician and said, hey, let's book an appointment. We got back. She made the appointment. She called for the appointment on Thursday. We got the appointment on Friday. Saw the pediatrician. And on Saturday, the pediatrician calls us back and said, hey, you need to get to the hospital right now. There's a bed waiting for O'Neill. The doctors are waiting for him. I'll meet you there in an hour. I was like, whoa. No one's ever rolled out the red carpet for us to come to the hospital.
Wow.
Maybe a C-section or something. That's surgery. So we get there, we check him, and she said, oh, and pack an overnight bag. He'll probably be there for a couple of days. We're like, oh my God, what's going on? And she said, I can't tell you all the details right now. The on-call doctor there will let you know what's going on. She did say that his blood work came back, and his blood work is 600 milligrams of sugar in his blood. The normal level is at like 130.
Wow.
His was 6 something, 6 times over.
Whoa.
Rush him to the hospital, gets checked in, doctors come in, and they start saying all these medical terms. So we're going to run some tests, we're going to draw some blood from him, do all this stuff. And then she comes back and says, well, we just confirmed that your son has now been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And she said, the doctor's like, do you have anybody in your family with any type of diabetes? We're like, well, maybe older people, like maybe a type 2 maybe, but their sugar just high. They just need to just exercise and stop eating sugar or carbs. They're like, well, or the other way, the type 1 is more genetic. So if it comes from your mom, comes from your dad, and that crazy combination, you get type 1 diabetes. You can pass on that trait. So our son, unbeknownst to us, has had type 1 diabetes, and that's why that causes him to wet the bed at night, because your body's trying to get this extra sugar out, so it just pees it out.
Wow.
Can I say pee? I said pee 3 times. And then you're thirsty all the time. You're always trying to drink water because your body released all that liquid. And they have to go to the bathroom over and over and over again. So those were the common symptoms of type 1 diabetes. And it's something, man. The more we learn about it, we learn that he has to check his blood sugar 4 or 5 times a day. He has to prick his finger and draw his own blood and 4 or 5 times a day. And not only that, he has to do this while he's in school. School's about to start. I was like, okay, well, we can monitor and keep it down. How long do we have to do this? He says he will live with this for the rest of his life. This will be his everyday normal pattern for the rest of his life. And I'm like,
unless God turns it around.
Unless God does something miraculous.
Yeah.
And I was battling about that. There's some things that, when those situations hit your household or hit you personally, you started asking these questions about God. Not the typical God, why me? God, why me? But then you're like, well, hey God, if this is your will, then let it be so. But then you start praying with God, but I don't want this to happen to my child.
Right.
So then you say, well, can you pray it away? But there's a lot of times in the Bible where people have tried to pray things away, but instead they just ask for grace to just see it through. Apostle Paul being one of them, by the thorn in his side. But this is something that, we're just going to have to get used to. This is going to be his norm for now. We have to track his diet. Everything he eats, we have to account for. For those that don't know, type 1 diabetes because your body does not produce, the pancreas does not produce enough insulin to, I guess, manage the sugar.
We
and
have
so
to take like an insulin shot or injection.
every day, every day, 5 times a day. So it's.
Now, how's he doing with that? Because he's 6-year-old now. You know, he's still a young boy.
I cannot
needles.
believe the strength of this little kid.
Wow.
He's giving himself his own insulin shots. He's pricking his own finger and drawing his own blood.
Wow.
And using test strips to check his own blood. He's giving himself, you know, the shots in the leg, the shots in the arm, and I'm like, wow, how are you okay with this? And he said, Daddy, I want to do it. I want to do it. I said, you want to do it? His grandfather can't even stay in a room to watch this happen. He has to leave because he just can't take the side of needles. And so he has to self-inject these things to himself all the time. So this has been a change for the Smith household. For those that are out there like, what happened to the Reverb Live Show? This is what happened. Life happened. And we had to adjust our life a little bit. Matter of fact, the day we was going to have the show, they didn't release him from the hospital yet. And I was like, yo, Tracy, we got to cancel. I'm waiting for my son to come home. And he came home at 11, 10 o'clock that night or something like that. But it's a lot for us. It's a lot to undergo, a lot to take. I know I just probably put a lot of information out there. But if y'all family, if y'all say y'all family, y'all should care about what happens to your families. This is what happened to me and my son and my family. So pray for us. Keep us covered. Keep him covered. Because now he got to do this while he's going to school. And we pray for all those that are out there that have type 1 diabetes. There's a lot of kids that, and they call it juvenile diabetes because it gets detected. This type gets detected when you're young. Type 2 usually happens when you're older. But not to bring everybody down, hey, we're good. He's fine. Matter of fact, we've noticed a bump up in his energy level because now his body's utilizing, he's processing the sugar and turning it into energy properly. Now he's up and running around doing more stuff.
Good.
So that's a good thing.
Awesome.
We just have to watch what he eats and no crazy sweets or sugary diets or anything.
Well, I do have a question, but maybe I'll ask it after we come back from the break.
We can take a break and come back. And those that you guys have any questions out there, we're going to check in with you in just a little bit. A lot of people have been hitting us up. We're going to shout you out right after this and come back with the Reverb word of the day. Don't go anywhere. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain. I think, Miss Monique, can you go downstairs and open the door for that?
Oh.
Man, that's wild. I'm just shocked at O'Neal for just saying, I want to
The resilience or the strength, that's what I was looking for.
That's...
Yo, but it hurt my heart because I don't know if you ever had to have your blood drawn before from it. You know how they gotta find your vein?
Yeah, especially when you ain't eat. They just stuff
So
you like.
what's been happening this whole time, he's just been dehydrated. His body's just been trying to get the sugar out by just releasing all this water. We try to drink it, but it's still not enough. And so his blood vessels are smaller than what it used to be. So now when they try to stick them and find the vein to draw the blood, it's set to IV.
They ghosting.
It's rolling, it's all over the place, they can't get it. What's up, man?
Hey, man.
And so they stuck him 6 times.
In the same arm? They had to go to the same arm again?
Go to three on this arm, 3 on this arm.
They didn't try his hands?
They tried his hands. 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, 2, and it made me so mad, so upset. I yelled at the people. I was like, ladies, I need y'all to get this right now. Come on, this is the 6th time. You know, some people are like, oh, I'm a good stick.
Call somebody in
Because
when they do mine, they be like, you know what, Auntie Mama, so no, come on in here and do
it'd be that one lady that know how to know how to do it. But man, I was so mad.
You want to try to look at the aerial shot now?
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna work with. What's up, man? How you doing?
Mr. Matt.
What's up? I like that yellow shirt, though.
I know, you've been getting comments on that already, Tracy.
I like that yellow shirt. Not saying nothing against black. I just like yellow. I don't know. I've been getting a lot of yellow lately.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you come to my birthday party?
Yes, but I was wearing black. I had on.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I gotta find my shirt.
Cause my reason for saying that is because I had to get a yellow. You know what I'm saying? I had to put it in yellow.
Like Hima's here, she's downstairs.
She can come
Oh, wait
upstairs.
until it come through.
She got these back.
Oh.
Well, man. So 7 o'clock. I mean 7 o'clock. We talking about the Stellar Award stuff.
It's
How
7
that is
o'clock,
for the
even 8.
Gospel Award, and then
7:38.
7:30, and then he get the shirt from her.
Oh yeah. I
And
forgot
then-
where I
and
got this. So I got this thrifted.
And then 8 o'clock we're going to do an interview with Toby. How you say his name, bro?
The only Toby I know is Mac.
Nguigwe?
You have an interview with Toby Wigway?
No, his singer, his backup singer.
Oh, David. Was it David Michael something?
David Michael White. Look at you,
Yeah,
boy.
David Michael White. Yeah. That's dope.
So if y'all want to slide, who?
Oh, 100%. I watched everything last night. I watched everything.
Ernest Pugh. It was a lot going
There you
Well,
go.
say something.
We'll see how long it stays there, Tracy.
Charles Butler somebody said something crazy about him winning an award at the free show.
Yeah. I
Then
saw
I
it.
want to be able to see you in the thing. You come over
David
here.
Wright, Timothy Wright.
Matt.
I'm hip to him. Carrie used to be signed to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I met him
I
at the free
ignored him at
show.
all costs. I told Carrie too.
I want to see you. No, you got to come right here.
Oh, okay.
Tracy, ready?
Yes.
Put your Reverb Live Show. Reverb Live crew is in the building. DJ Rain.
Tracy the professor.
And been around the world in I Monique.
International traveler that she is. Yo, we gotta jump into this reverb word of the day. Before we do that, let's give some shout outs to those that have been checking into the show. Shouts out to Quincy D. Griffin. He's the pastor of Family Worship and Praise Center. Had an awesome school for shoes, man. We'll talk a little bit about that later. Sheena Be Encouraged just joined into the show. Pastor saying, what up? Sheena saying, Brother Red, hey Mo, hey Tracy, love the yellow shirt. Yo, Tracy's been getting love
Thank you.
from this Reverb yellow shirt game, man. It's not, Miss Monique, where's your shirt?
In the house somewhere.
Did we not give
Yes,
you a
you all
shirt?
did. And I haven't even had a chance to wear it. I got to find it. Praise
Come
Saints.
on, you could have been wearing your shirt all international. Spread the word for Reverb International.
Yeah, I know.
Come
I
on,
know.
Let me see. Angelic Sounds is just checking in. What's up, Angelic Sounds? Somebody's checking in saying, "Great job, Team Android, all the way." Okay, Team Android.
The devil.
And those Biscoff cookies. Remember those Biscoff cookies?
Yeah,
that you
down the
got?
Delta flight.
They still give those.
Okay, that's good. But you only get like 4 of them. But that's good. It's a good 4.
You only get
two.
2? I break
And
mine
it's
in
like
half
the fun
and
Oh, you
size.
break them in half. That's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
make it last long. You get no good snacks and you don't get good snacks in first class either.
What first class they flew? Because
you get the good
what I
stuff.
flew, you got the good stuff, honey.
I thought
Really?
you can get anything. You just keep calling for it and it just keeps
Uh-huh.
coming.
Yeah, you get 2. Okay, shoes. We have the nurse in the building talking about O'Neill's diagnosis. All right, and again, another shout out for yellow, Tracy's favorite color.
Yes.
Love the shirt. Like when I see her step out of the crowd, I'm like, oh, where'd you get the yellow? And if you see her hair is yellow. She got a stripe of yellow or gold. I don't know what you call it, going in their hair as well too. So maybe I should. You know what Tracy I should do?
What?
No.
Pull a Sean C. Johnson.
No.
Color this yellow. Color
Oh,
the beard
yeah.
yellow.
Dennis Rodman.
And then Dennis Rodman, and then wear a yellow shirt.
But if you do it with spray because I don't know if your wife is gonna go for
Nah,
the
she
rest of
probably
it.
not.
She's not gonna.
They have spray?
Yeah, that
They have spray
Beijing.
color. Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Yeah.
it. Yellow shirt. pump it up.
Halloween outfit. There you
Halloween reverb. All right, let's get into this reverb word of the day. Professor Tracy, what you got?
go. We have Luke chapter 10, verses 19 and 20. It says, "Behold, I've given you authority to tread upon serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing will injure you. Nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rejoice that your name is recorded in the book of life."
All right. Amen.
Rejoice that your name is recorded in heaven.
Yeah.
Y'all, I know that so many of us have different gifts and talents. Maybe God is using people in certain ways, and we're probably touching to it a little bit. How God is using folks through song and at the Stellar Awards. But God is using us in so many ways, on so many different platforms. And because of this, sometimes we can get happy. In this story, the disciples were coming back and saying, wow, Jesus, the demons are being cast out in our name, in your name. I mean, God, we can lay hands, we can do all kind of stuff. God, we could karate chop the devil and he will flee. But God is saying, do not rejoice in the things that you can do, your abilities, the things that he's blessed you to do. That's good. Be happy at it, yes. But don't rejoice in that, but rejoice that your name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Rejoice that your name is written in heaven, because if it's not, then all of this would have been in vain. All of your laying of hands would have been in vain. All of your casting out devils will be in vain.
All this
your
good
gifts, your talents, whatever it is that God's given you.
All this good church habit that y'all been doing.
All the good church habit. All this, every time you shout, oh, that boy can shout.
That boy can sing.
Ooh, he can shout, he can sing. You know, well, don't matter. Is your name written in the Lamb's Book of Life? Sometimes people bother me. They say, oh man, if somebody made a mistake with something, and they said, oh man, Tracy, I forgot to do this for you. I forgot to get that. I forgot la la la. And I said, oh, don't worry about it. That's not a requirement for heaven. It's not too bad. What my point was, it's not as serious as you going to hell. So don't worry about it. It's all good. So yeah, Luke chapter 10, verses 19 and 20. Behold, I have given you authority to tread upon the serpents and scorpions and over all of the power of the enemy, and nothing will injure you. Nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rejoice that your name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff, people. I hope that a lot of these people's names is written in the good book, and that's the people performing at the Gospel Stellar Awards. It is amazing. Every time I went, I always have a good time. I did not go this year, but we was able to do a send-go and send Miss Monique the Voice. She went to the Stellar Awards. She's going to report back on all the happenings of the Stellar Awards. She's even going to tell us some of the pre-show stuff. A lot of people don't know about the pre-show. That's where they give out the radio
It's a little
awards.
Exclusive.
It is.
Because it's invite only.
Yeah. And then all the side parties, the behind the scene parties, the meetups, the meet and greets, the networks. Oh, it's amazing. When she comes back, she's going to give us her rendition of what happened. And we also got somebody coming in. People think of the Stellar Awards as just the gospel show. There's a hip hop component, or there's some hip hop infused in there. It's part of the. There's some in there.
Did y'all ask Uncle Ernie? Anyway, we'll get to that.
We'll get into that. And we got somebody, and we got our brother coming in at the bottom of the hour, Uncle Matt. Is it Mr. Matt or Uncle
Mr. Matt?
Is it Pastor Matt? He's not elevated pastor yet, is he?
He's pastor.
Bishop.
Youth Pastor Matt is coming in at the bottom of the hour. He was actually going up there. He was with what group did you go there with? Tribe, Indie Tribe, and he's going to tell us his perspective of how it went for the Stellar Awards for the Christian hip hop community. I want to hear that, all that and more, and we have the list of the winners, the big winners of the Stellar Awards when we get back. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain. So he went.
I asked you, and then I called I specifically asked you about the Stellars, didn't I?
We talked about it yesterday.
No, me and you didn't talk about the Stellars.
Yesterday in the car?
No, we talked about the concert, whoever KFU is, and playing something.
One K.
I'm talking about you going to the Stellars. Remember, I text you during Stellars week, because that's one of the things that made me help me decide. Like, I ain't going because ain't no
I thought I told you, because
wasn't no hip hop. It was all.
I thought I told you
that you were going.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If you asked me, I told you I was going.
You say I'm probably not gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
What up?
Any hip hop something going on? You was like,
Doug's Jackson. What's up? What's up? Who else we got checking into the show? Sheena B, what's going on? What?
I was like, man, I said, you win it.
I thought I told you. I would not hide that, especially from you.
Y'all picked the date? Everybody keep asking you?
I'm gonna just stop wearing my ring so people stop asking
We
me.
want a
That's
date.
aggravating.
We want a date. What's that?
And I want a long, healthy marriage. So until I get that component figured out,
I guess we doing after. Hey, hey, Miss Nike. Hey, First Lady. You faster, First Lady.
yeah, I'm just.
You lock that door downstairs?
I really like my ring though because it's pretty. Well, I picked it. That's why I keep wearing it. But I'm gonna take it off so people stop asking me because it's the most irritating thing in the world.
But people, people.
I know,
love
but
it.
it's.
Look at the ring. Show the people the ring. Show the people the ring. I want to see. That she picked out. What's the name of the ring?
It's gonna take
like
1,000 years. It's
like
Barrel Wang.
Is it a princess cut, diamond cut?
I don't know.
heart
I'm not in
shape?
all that.
You just know that's pretty.
Small weddings, big marriages.
There you go. Small weddings make big marriages. I like that. My man can
I'm
tell
not
my
into all
guy.
that
What up?
hoopla.
Yo, Doug's Jackson.
What's up?
Was on the boat. Hey, did you get the pictures I sent you of you on the boat? Doug's Jackson? It's kind of dope. Nah, I sent you the pictures. Doug, come on, man. Come on, Doug.
I ain't seen Doug in so long.
I ain't seen Doug. Doug was on a
Doug
cruise
still live in
ship.
Tallahassee?
I know, you don't know where Doug at. Doug got movements, man.
I think that's people in the industry. They don't know where if they moving around, they moving around. People probably say, you still live here?
They do. I'm ashamed, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. After the day, I think I need to go.
No, people be asking me, man, you still live here? I thought you moved to. Nah, I still live here. If you're not where I'm at, then you don't know.
Doug say, Miss Monique, big weddings make long marriages as well.
I mean, they can, but yeah.
Are we checking that?
Check in, baby.
Matt, sit one tight to bring you. Reverb Live Show, Reverb Live crew is in the building. Let's go around the horn and say have the Reverb Live crew check in. DJ Rain
Been around the world, and now I got Miss Monique, Tracy the Professor.
is on the building for you. Mr. Matt just joined us. We're gonna check him in just a little bit. The Stella Awards is happened. Been aired twice, aired 3 times probably. If you missed it, we're gonna give you the rundown on all the big contestant winners, on all the big winners. Let me see what we have here. Let me pull up my list here. So I think the biggest one is the Artist of the Year, right? Miss Monique, who won Artist of the Year?
The one and only Pastor Mike Jr.
I'm trying to figure out.
And Pastor Mike is really dope. Now I don't know him personally, so usually I would not comment on people's, personalities or them as individuals. However, from the way Pastor Mike presents himself and what he says, I can tell he is a genuinely dope person.
Good stuff.
Really humble guy, not arrogant. He's just dope. He actually won, I believe he won the most awards with 6
Was he
Stellar
the
Awards
big
this
award
year.
winner this year?
I
Usually
believe
one
so.
person gets like 7, 8, 9
Yeah,
awards.
Pastor
which is
Mike
crazy.
Jr. was awarded 7 Stellars this year.
Wow.
Oh,
Song, but now
yeah.
he didn't get Song of the Year. Song of the Year
He
was
did.
Gyra.
Well
Do that.
deserved, Maverick
Yes.
City.
Killed it.
It was a
Maverick
good battle.
City.
I will tell you, it's a good battle.
Yeah,
Cause what's the song that Pastor Mike has? The one.
you talking about I Got It Amazing?
No, I can't think of
I
the song.
Got It Big.
Big.
So he won an award for Big last year
Yeah.
Stellar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did he get Christian hip hop? I'm not even gonna go there right now.
Well,
But
they made up for it this year. Chuck.
Album of the Year again goes to Pastor Mike. Choir of the Year, Ricky Dillard. He's still
Of course. Listen,
still winning.
as long as Ricky Dillard puts out a single, right? And as long as he is nominated in that category, he will always win. It doesn't get better than that.
Here's a different one. We even had this category. Contemporary duo chorus group of the year. I think they made that up. Is that a real thing?
It
that
is.
they have every year?
It is.
Contemporary duo choir of the year?
Well,
Chorus group of the year.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, that went to Jonathan McReynolds. Everybody loves this guy. And Molly Music.
Yeah.
Molly?
Yeah, I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And again, Contemporary Male Artist of the Year goes to, again, Pastor Mike. It's one of the several ones that he brought home. What else? I'm gonna go down to what's the rap album of the year? Rap hip hop gospel album of the year goes to No Church in a While, 1KQ and Lecrae off of Reach Records.
Right. So that particular award was given at the pre-show, and 1KQ was there. Of course, Lecrae was not. So he went up to get the award, and y'all, he is hilarious. I had no clue he was that hilarious.
Wow.
And for rap hip hop song of the year goes to a song I've never heard of. And the people in that category were ridiculous. First of all, your boy was no big deal in that category. He wasn't in that category. Let me unmute. Okay, Matt. So here's Matt. Here's Mr. Matt. Everybody knows Mr. Matt. Our little brother been doing Reverb with us for a long time. Now turned youth pastor. Is now on to some bigger ventures. He actually works with the Indie Tribe.
Yeah.
And who's on Indie Tribe? No Big Deal.
Yeah, No Big Deal, DJ Mike Helvey, Mowgli the Iceberg, and John Keith.
Who are the people nominated for rap hip hop song of the year?
It was Jordan Armstrong.
What?
My God, yes.
Love him.
That song killed.
He was.
I mean, that song was great.
Please don't find us. Yeah, nah. It was. I don't even care who else was nominated in that. It's the fact that the individual who won shouldn't have, in my eyes.
Ooh, I don't even redeem. Is that the name of the
Redeemed.
artist? Is that the name of the song?
Let me break this down, because if Tario, Jordan Armstrong's manager, was here, he would have a lot to say.
We should call Tario.
We should, because he will talk about this.
We should call.
Because here's the thing. Nothing against the young lady, Amethyst.
Yeah.
She has in her bio Stellar Award nominated singer. Okay. Mala Music identifies himself as a what? A singer.
Okay.
But this is rap hip hop single of the year. And these two individuals who are not connected to the rap hip hop community in the Christian space won. Now, this same song only has 2,000 plays on YouTube.
The official release.
The official release only has 2,000 plays on YouTube.
Wow.
On Spotify, at the time, she only had 54 monthly listeners. Yes. On Instagram,
paid them for that.
right? On Instagram, she only has about 2,000 followers. Yes, it is. It's a travesty. I definitely feel
I'm
like
about to get an award because I got about 2,000 followers.
Yeah,
I'm about
at
to
this
apply
point.
next time.
And again, we're not saying that this award is about who has the most followers, who has the most plays.
But you're giving an award.
But that should go into the calculation of it all.
You would think, and with Jordan having the #1 song on
For weeks.
on Urban Gospel airplay
Yeah.
for weeks, right?
On the Christian hip hop side and on the gospel side.
And he didn't get the award. I thought this was the year. He
Finally
for him to get nominated, win, and perform.
Yeah.
I thought it made sense because he had one of the biggest urban gospel songs.
Isn't he? Where's he from? Is he living in Atlanta right now?
He's living in Atlanta, but he's originally from Louisiana.
I think they did that because she's a woman and they're trying to, I guess, political rise the Stellars in that way.
With the gospel, there's no political in
well,
it.
in the
It's
hip
more-
hop part.
Oh, no.
Thinking hip hop. Thinking hip hop because you don't have a whole lot of hip hop women coming out winning anything.
But there's
like
one
that.
day. There's
They could have gave AI something. I would
there's
have.
AI.
Big sis, let me tell you this though. Wande performed at the Stellar Awards.
She was there.
She performed at the main show.
The main show, not the pre-show, honey.
The main show. Wande.
Wait a minute. How many? I'm hearing what I'm hearing.
Erica Mason.
Erica Mason performed
at the Stellar Awards.
Wait a minute. So I'm hearing Erica Mason, Wande,
Wow.
1K Few. These are a lot of Christian hip hop notables.
That's been in the game for a
Bizzle
while.
performed
at the pre-show.
At the pre-show.
Yeah,
I
Bizzle
saw
performed
that.
at the pre-show. Aaron Cole performed at the main show.
Yes.
Aaron Cole performed?
Yes.
That's why Uncle Ernie called it what he called
He said, this is the Gospel Hip Hop Award. I'm not going to lie to you. I spent most of my night listening to his expose on to Stellars and the gospel industry. Ernest Pugh,
Uncle
he
Ernie.
says, what song he sings?
Rain on us. Rain on us.
Rain on us.
Shower down. Yeah.
Shower down. which is a powerful song.
Yes, yes, it was number one for
Powerful
weeks.
song, like very respectful. But at the same time, I felt very disrespected by his statements. It felt if there was a little hate embedded in it, because he wanted to say like, because okay, he had two sides to it. He has his own explanation, and he did an interview with Larry Reed. Larry Reed is known for exposing and sharing a lot about either the gospel genre or the artists in there, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
So he spoke with him, and he wanted to, backpedal and say that, oh, this is, I just want to say it's not about me per se. It's just about, the people of the space. No, you just realize you didn't get rewarded or honored, and this is not what it looks like to you. No. Like a lot of people had mixed reviews. They're saying, it's a little too hip hop, or it was too commercial, and I understand. But there is only one thing that I agreed with, and I saw in the comments. No, it wasn't even in the comments. They said this on Larry's Live. They did not honor the Pace. There are two people from the Pace family passed away in the last year, and no one honored them, because usually at award shows they honor people within those genres or of that passed away, and they didn't honor anyone from the Pace family. That's the only thing that I agreed with should have been mentioned or added to the award show lineup. But other than that,
well, let's back up a little bit.
Yeah,
you were
right,
supposed to
I was
represent
going
the Christian hip hop.
I'm so sorry.
He done stepped.
How was it for the Christian hip hop? And then we have Miss Monique talk about
Absolutely.
the gospel side.
Absolutely.
Tell me
am
more
so
about
sorry.
the Christian hip hop side. Did you guys get to go anywhere, do anything? You're with Indie Tribe. Did all the indie members make it to it?
Alright. So I want to first do this. I want to apologize to Professor Tracy for not doing this on the airways in front of millions and billions of people, saying that I apologize, because she asked me if I was going to the Stellars, and at the time I didn't have any plans to go.
Yeah.
It was literally a couple of days before that the team made a decision to go, and I did not update Big Sis about this, and I do
It's
want
all right.
to
It's not a
publicly-
requirement for heaven.
I appreciate that.
It's not a requirement for heaven.
But concerning Indie Tribe and the whole scene, a lot happened that weekend. Only member that came was Mowgli the Iceberg, who is the sole white guy of the group.
Okay.
And
going to a black.
It's hilarious.
Just award show. Yeah.
Right. He represented Indie Tribe that weekend. He did a phenomenal job. The rest of the guys were at a festival in, I believe, Ohio. For their live fest. They all got booked for that, so Mowgli stayed back to be the face for Indie Tribe.
Yeah.
So, we attended the pre-show, and, we saw everything that happened. We saw 1K Few and Lecrae win, but 1K Few being a representative of the group, which we believe was well-deserved, because 1K Few is from Atlanta. This year's the Stellar Awards was in Atlanta, and, it's Lecrae.
It still was. It was a good track. It
And
wasn't-
1K Few.
Yeah.
And they have the monthly listeners. They have the YouTube views. They have the radio.
They got the
play,
power.
They have
the
all
the
that.
people.
It made sense.
Makes sense.
Like for them to win, or even anyone else in that category to win, it made sense for the album side. But we were happy for him, because 1K Few is actually an artist that does revere and respect the gospel space. So shout out to them. We spent time with everybody, Aaron Cole, all that. If you watch the Stellars, you will see me and the team on there. So it's lit.
Wait a minute, y'all was on stage?
Not on stage. We got some camera time. let me I'm gonna just tell you how crazy God works. For us to be like the first year nominated, the last time I was at Stellars, I was representing Reverb Live Show, and you all were in the award show. I was in the media pit, meeting people and stuff. But this time, we were on the floor.
It's kind of reversed, yeah.
Yeah, we were literally on the floor. In front of us, Maverick City Music. Right next to us, Melvin Crispell, Leandria Johnson. 2 rows ahead, you got Jonathan McReynolds. You got Molly Music in the front row. You got Erica Campbell. You got Kurt Frank, all these people.
You know all this stuff because you kind of have a foot in the gospel side too. But did the other artists know who these people were? These gospel artists?
For some, they didn't know all.
Yeah.
It's just Maverick City. You know?
So that was the hip hop side.
Yeah.
Miss Monique, tell us how it was on the gospel side. But you come at it from a different angle because you're a radio personality.
Yeah.
So these
yeah.
these are your people.
Are they?
Yeah. The announcer people, you get to get all these rap shows.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, it's more of a family reunion type vibe, right? Because all of my radio peeps and my industry peeps, I get to meet up with them, and it was a really great vibe. Enjoyed the pre-show. Really enjoyed it. Shout out to my sis Mita Washington from Kirk Franklin and Sirius XM. She got me in.
Wow, nice.
But yeah, it was nice. I really enjoyed the performance aspect of the pre-show. For me, it was the diversity that I wanted to see on the main stage at the main show.
So did you get to meet some of the artists? I know you go backstage part of the time.
I did not. Circumstances beyond, well, maybe it was in my control. But yeah, no, I didn't really get to do all that this year.
Any parties? Like side
I
parties?
did. Actually, that's where I saw Matt.
Oh, you ran into that?
I did at this hotel. We could not find where this party. The hotel was like 10 blocks long. We're walking. I got on heels, walking next to Jordan and his wife and his people,
Really?
and we trying to find where is this party in this humongous hotel.
Yeah.
We found it after like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Legit. Nice. Same story.
It was nice.
Was the hotel nice,
The
though?
who's who of gospel music was in there, and they were just chopping it up. And you feel free to roam about and talk and mingle.
Nice.
Like Dietrich Haddon, Molly Music,
Yeah.
Marvin
Sapp.
Sapp,
It's all hanging
William
out.
Murphy. All of these people are in the same room, and
That's
it's just
dope, man.
everybody's just chilling.
See, you gotta understand, this is the Super Bowl of gospel music.
It is
The
37
who's
years.
who of gospel music is there.
Yeah.
And people who have won 1 award, 2 awards, 10
No awards.
20. Marvin Sapp, I don't know how many awards Marvin Sapp has won.
A whole lot.
He's there hanging out.
Literally. And even we the next day at we did Urban Soul Cafe.
Yes.
They
Shout out to
always have a
Carlos
good show.
Hale, Urban Soul
so
Cafe.
he was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvin Sapp came to that one. 1K Few did. Wande performed.
Yeah.
Portia Love. It was. Yeah. So that's another one. So it was. Yeah, it was.
Portia
great.
Love got more followers than that girl.
So here's my. I'm gonna stick up for her. So here's the thing. There's this nice little thing called SAGMA. It is the voting academy for the Stellar Awards. Join it, and then you can nominate who you want, and you get to vote for them.
I mean, so is that who picks the winners? This little academy of people?
To a certain extent.
Like so, the
in
people have no...
certain categories.
Okay.
So they have different voting rounds.
Are you a SAGMA member?
I am.
Did you vote for this girl?
I can't remember. I think on that category I was like, who are these people? Then I said, I got to eating meeny miny mode.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, that's the way to be the change you want to see. Become a member.
Can anybody be a SAGMA member?
Yes.
Anybody.
Once you pay your money, baby. You can
Anybody
do what you
on
want.
the street.
Anybody.
So you pretty much just paying to vote.
But that happens in a lot of award places.
So this is not like the Oscar awards where they have the Academy or the Academy.
Well, so let me take that back. It's not anybody. You do have to have some affiliation with the industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have made it a little more intense to get in.
Okay. So you do like a
I think you have,
background check, verify your.
Yeah, I think you have to have like some what's the thing called, a reference or two references or something like that now.
Okay.
It's a little more stringent. But you can still get in.
Yeah.
Tracy, you can get in. Ray, you can get in.
Yeah.
Ray, you already in.
I think I am. I just haven't paid.
Oh my God.
It's been like
Renew your membership,
I didn't go anywhere. I'm sorry.
I need you to renew your membership.
COVID.
Miss Monique, I blame DJ Ray.
It is his fault. I mean, to everyone that has SAGMA membership abilities and did not vote or didn't renew your membership, I blame you.
Right.
Yeah.
So, did you like the performances that you saw? Because me and Tracy, we did not see a lot of stuff going on in our lives.
Yeah.
I have kids. I don't know what Tracy's excuse was, but a lot of stuff been going on.
I just have a life.
She just has a life.
I'm sorry. she has
Why do
property.
people think that people
Just
with no
property.
kids
Oh,
don't have a life?
She's doing property management. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. But you were able to watch it. You were able to be there
attended,
live.
watched.
And then, what is there some things that you saw that you liked that you did not like that you want to see change?
Some things that I didn't like, that I didn't realize till the second time I watched it. So I didn't know when I was there. I didn't know the first time I watched it, but the second time I watched it, some light bulbs went off. One thing was I said, who is this? I don't remember this performance. Now, mind you, I was there, and I watched it once, and the second time I watched it, I said, I don't remember this. I think I fell asleep or zoned out. I called the person I went with, and they were like, yeah, I think you zoned out too.
Wow.
But I wasn't the only one.
Right.
So there were some other gospel artists on social media who said the same thing or
And so
something
what
similar.
were because I've heard there's a lot of
So-
to us. This is news to us and Tracy.
Yeah.
There has been lots of posts
It has been.
about this performance.
I think the issue this year was okay. Let me back up. Gospel now has become a really, really diverse genre, and it's great. It's
True.
amazing. So many different sounds, so many beautiful sounds.
Ways to
right?
worship God.
Yes. However, that was not represented on the main stage, and I think that was a big part of the issue. It was only one sound, and I think that's kind of why I zoned out. I probably zoned out because it was the same sound. Great artists, but not enough diversity. So it wasn't anything to represent the old school mother, or maybe
Not the Shirley Caesar folks.
Right,
really,
right.
they didn't have any old school.
They did.
No,
hand
no.
clapping,
And-
knee
And
slapping
so somebody
gospel.
said, well, they weren't on the charts this year. Yeah, but you have people
But they're
like
They're
part.
fan
They're still in the
favorites.
community.
right, and you got people like Tamla Man, who was on the charts, and I'm sure she's tired of performing for y'all. But if you had given her a spot, I think, and put her on the stage, then Grandma and them would have been happy, because Tamla Man is one of those artists that everybody could relate to. But I feel like a lot of people were just kind of left out mentally because none of the performances they could relate to.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. I like what they did. I love the spotlighting with the emerging artists. That's great.
Yeah.
But everybody should be able to relate, because gospel, like I mentioned earlier, only has less than 2% of that musical industry pie. We can't afford to ostracize our less than 2% of the people that's rolling with us.
True.
Yeah, I completely agree. Even for me being there and loving every bit of the mixing,
The
of
Gospel Hip Hop
sounds.
Awards.
I
That's what
enjoyed
Uncle
that.
Ernie said.
But one thing I did agree with him. He said, "Look, if we're going to represent everyone, let us have let's have 10 minutes of quartet, 10 minutes of this, 10 minutes of that." It makes sense, because me being there, there was multiple generations in that room.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
had the old, you had the young, and I know some of the olds. They said, this is a concert. We can expect to hear something that we're familiar with. Of course, you had Ty Tribbett and who else was there? You had Leandra that sang with Maverick City. And then
Jason Nelson, James Fortune.
Well, Jason Nelson, I ain't gonna lie, that was sexy gospel. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Sexy Jesus.
He said that was sexy Jesus, because
But
the first
Residue was on the charts though.
it was on the charts, but it blew me when he said, "Take me to the water, let me take you on the." I just did it. Just maybe because I'm married now.
You look at it a whole
It was
lot
different.
differently,
So
right?
it was sexy gospel. So I wouldn't give that to Mother right there. But I do agree that there needed to be a mixture of sounds there to appease the audience. Like for me, I know that I enjoyed it because it's my sound, but there is a mother that was there. Like one of my
She probably was up there like, what's all this hippity hoppity hop stuff?
Right, because look,
I mean, some people our age was saying that though. That's the crazy part. Like people were literally zoned out because the sound was monotonous.
I'm going to come to the Extella Awards expecting to hear gospel.
Yeah.
Classic gospel, new gospel, choir gospel, quartet gospel, maybe one or two Christian gospel. But I want to hear the variety. That's what this is about.
That's what makes gospel music right now so amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I will add this though. There have been years where the Stella Awards have not really included hip hop.
Yeah,
all,
of
period.
course.
At
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
And so I think they just kind of did an overload.
Went from one extreme to the next.
Yeah, and so maybe now the Stellas are going to try to find a good balance. Hearing all of the feedback that's coming out, because it's
been
not
a lot.
great. It's not all great feedback, but it is good that they are actually finally showcasing the hip hop.
Yeah, definitely.
Now they just have to put a good blend of it all together.
But it still seems like they're just doing this to show face. They don't care about the community. They don't have any dwellings with the community. They don't have any community with the community. Like, I don't know if anybody has taught these people anything yet. If you're a gospel rap artist, you should be in that category. They would feel outright disrespected if I said Dietrich Haddon is the winner of the Quartet of the Year award.
Well, let me.
That's crazy.
Well, here's the thing. What's so funny about that is that Dietrich Haddon was nominated
For Quartet of the Year?
not
No,
quartet.
I was about to
Rap
say,
hip hop.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense.
But like I
Exactly.
said, SAGMA members, now this goes back to the
100%.
voting academy of the Stellars. SAGMA members, we're the ones that nominate these people.
So they hear the sound. Oh, this is Dietrich Haddon with what's his name? Zaytoven. Yeah, that's hip hop.
So, and
Hip-hop.
if not enough people in the gospel hip hop community are SAGMA members, that's going to be the result.
Yeah, because they don't. It's because here's the behind the scenes. They don't really care. Now I'm just gonna keep it a buck. If we didn't have anybody on the inside, we wouldn't have known that we were nominated. So, or even on the ballot.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
so they don't care about us.
And so, see, that's even some of the point that I was kind of making earlier too, is that they have excluded the hip hop for so long that the actual hip hop community, artists have just said, you know what, I ain't going. I'm just gonna protest the Stellars.
Yeah.
I don't need to be involved. They don't care about us.
Yeah.
But now they're actually trying, and they don't have the representation, nor they don't have the adequate knowledge to cipher between what is hip hop, what is not, on and on and on.
Yeah, it's really sad, but I think
Maybe they need to poach some people. They need to poach some artists.
So here's the thing. A perfect example of what Ms. Monique said, being a part of these communities, because this is not just the same issue with just the Stellar Awards. It's the same with the Dove Awards. The Dove Awards isn't as inclusive of gospel, nor is it inclusive of Christian hip hop. You know, they have their own sound, and the funny part about it is the lady who
Jackie Patel.
the lady who is over, because if you're at the Stellar Awards, there were a lot of things that happened behind the scenes. So the lady who is over GMA, that's the equivalent to SAGMA for the Doves. She was there, you know, and her and Don Jackson, who was over Stellars, the Capital City Productions, she was there showing face, but it still doesn't speak to the camaraderie or the connection that we need to be a voice. I think it's like, well, I see what you got going on over here, and I don't want to miss out, as opposed to I really care about what you have going on.
Well, now, in their defense, do we have any CCM artists that get Stellar Awards?
That's a different genre of music, though. Like, they have an award show for that.
Well,
Right. So, but why are we worried about being included in the Dove Awards when we don't include Dove Award artists in the Stellar Awards?
I think that the history was the reason why the Stellar Awards was created is because they didn't acknowledge the work that gospel artists were doing, so
Black
they had to
gospel
start
artists,
their
too.
own award show.
Right. So now that we have our own, but why are we worried about inclusive?
They are still bigger.
The Dove Awards?
Yeah.
Do you think that they would
I
ever
don't
merge?
know. That
I'm gonna say this.
Wow.
Think they'll ever merge?
no, that would be dope. Maybe in heaven.
amazing?
In heaven. I'm not saying that before. I would love nothing more, but in heaven, because the way, man.
That'll be
That's all I'm gonna say on that.
bro.
But in heaven,
I would say
I really wish.
There'll be a lot more
I wish.
fights.
I wish we could
There'll
have
be a
radio
lot more
stations that I can hear Tamla Man, 1K Feud,
That'd be a long
Yeah.
show.
and Jonathan Traylor all in
Yeah,
the same
that'd
hour.
be
But
dope.
it's not gonna happen.
All right, so we have not even shout out our this conversation among us has been going great. Shout out to Delight 7777. Shouts out to Whitmire _ De La Mas 31. He joined, and Doug Jackson's like, yo, she has a point. She has a point. Miss Monique's saying something, y'all.
100%.
So I agree with you. Matter of fact, Matt, just so that we can, we love Christian hip hop here. This is what got me through, got Matt through.
Thank you, Rain, for introducing me to.
Yeah, no problem. So let's do this. Why don't we play the hip hop song of the year? Because I mean, she won.
She did.
I mean, she got what,
She did.
20 listeners.
And this
I
is
mean,
her
this
first
is-
nomination ever.
in life. Yeah, sure, no problem.
And she won.
And she
That's
won.
what I'm talking about.
So
I believe
let's-
she's a
let's-
SAG member too, huh?
Let's hear it. We're gonna sign off. That we out. Hey, people, thank you for listening to the show.
We should probably do a part two.
We could.
Tracy.
You know what? Trace, that's a
We
great
could do a
idea.
part two.
Why don't we play the song on the on our next episode of the Reverb Live
No,
Show.
play it on this one. Play it on this
We'll
one.
play it on the next one.
All right.
You know, we're running out of time. You just have to listen to the next podcast, all right? And those who are listening to us live, listen to it on our next podcast. Stay tuned, stay live, keep it locked. Please watch us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you get your big podcasting platforms on. We're there too. So please just search for Reverb Live Show. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
And if you have any questions, topic ideas, or you just want to show us some love, hit us up at info@reverbliveshow.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Yo, that's it for this hour of the Reverb Live Show. Or you can stay tuned or press play to hear the next podcast, the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
So we're gonna pick it up round two? Because I want Matt to talk about the up and coming concerts and the cancellations.
We were gonna do that in
This show.
next show.
what some of them
next
are
show.
saying.
But Matt's leaving.
Matt, you leaving?
Hey,
I
Amber.
only have
Hey,
15
Radio
minutes.
Robin.
I can do it the first part.
We can do news first in the first half.
Yeah.
We'll do it after the reverb
Playing the
version.
hottest and richest hip hop.
Thank you, Nike!
She did not approve that. I just made it. I called that audible, so let me go talk to her.
I feel you, bro.
Can I
Good man.
move this over?
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah, because I'm getting a little thick.
Yes.
To the Reverb Live Show.
We got peppermint and probably ginger snacks back there. That's probably all.
What's the ginger?
Like a ginger chew.
The best urban gospel show.
I might need a
Airing right now.
Did you decide to go get you one since y'all were talking about it yesterday?
What's that?
No, I've had it.
Oh.
I've had it. That's why
Yeah, she's been on it.
Because when he was broke, we were at the house. And I was trying to fix it.
Is ginger too much?
It is what it is.